Hey guys, so today I want to make a quick little video here because today Apple released a new version of their operating system, which is iOS 7 Beta 3 that I do have over here on the right side. And then of course I do have my Samsung Galaxy S4 over here with the Google Edition firmware install that you can install on if you do have the Galaxy S4. Not the octa-core edition, but the other one, which is the GTI 9505. You can install this firmware. It was a little bit tricky for me to get it running. I had some problems in the beginning, but right now it seems to be working. So that's pretty awesome. It's like the clean version of Android, which you do get here from Google. You see here it's extremely snappy, good speed and all that. How does it stack up against the latest beta here of iOS 7? So let's move on and check on the new beta 3 updates. So the first thing of course is the status bar here. Like when we are on the lock screen, this bar up here gets a little bit bigger, so you can notice the size here right now. And then we go up here, it's a little bit bigger in size, and you will see that it will shrink a little bit right now. There we go. It shrinks, or it does shrink a little bit. Other updates are that it's more transparent with apps, with folders actually. We have a new icon in here. We do have some new fonts in here, and overall across the system you have some small UI tweaks in apps like weather app, etc. and etc. So let's move on, and you can see now in calendar if you do have something. Let's go to this. Oh, that was a crash, I think. Of course this is beta, so it can crash. You will now see a little bit of a dot in the new beta 3 when you have schedule a new event on a specific date. So you can see I have something over here. I didn't see that in earlier version, beta 2 and such. So pretty nice. We also have some other tweaks, like when you're playing music right now when you're on the lock screen. Let's do it. And every time I open up Spotify, it has to load a little bit. So you can see now, you can see the time up there in the middle. Overall, the beta 3 updates across the system, it's mostly small tweaks, but mostly bug fixes, fixes in AirDrop, AirPlay, iCloud, Activation Lock. I made a full review actually. Newsstand Network, Passbook, Siri voices is a little bit different. What's up? So the female voice is a little bit different. The system is overall a little bit snappier. You can see here when I go down like this, it has this like drag effect that it didn't have on earlier version or earlier versions. Probably maybe a little bit more transparency here. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's a major update over there, but maybe a tiny one. New app, like when you download apps, you can see a new app loading thing that I've been showing off. So if you want to see specific videos where I go over specific features, please let me know about that. But of course, here Android 4.3 is extremely clean here. Let's see here when we are on the lock screen. Compare it here against the lock screen. You can have widgets here, which is pretty cool with Android, the latest version of Android, Jelly Bean Android. So I can quickly go to the camera over here, and then I can quickly add more widgets here to the lock screen. Mostly though, it's just Google's widgets, but messaging here could probably be pretty nice. That you have would have a quick access to that. Apple have a similar feature across the system where you can drag up this new control center here, and you finally get some toggles inside of the iPhone experience and their iOS software. So you have some toggles in here like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirPlay mode. You have a cool brightness slider here, which we have been having in Android for a long time now, but finally here it's coming to iPhone. And you can access this on lock screen. You can also disable it. You can't have that many, or you can't have 2 widgets. You cannot, but you do have a quick access to the camera down here at the bottom, so you can just swipe up there to fire up the camera pretty quick. overall they kind of work the same. I mean, yeah, you get one extra widget here on the Android 4.3 here, and if you want to access, if you do want to access like a center with toggles and such that you can here on the iPhone, just like that, you have to do 2 fingers and it will drag down here, and we get some toggles here that's very, very similar here of the toggles that we do get on the iPhone, like brightness. We do have a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, airplane mode, but then you also have emergency calls, and you can also see the battery, and you have a quick access here to settings, which is definitely very, very nice. But overall, they are kind of similar there. Of course, they look a little bit different here. You can have both on both these 2 devices. You can have live wallpapers, and of course, with Android, you can customize the interface a lot just by downloading more apps. Of course, here you can also see pretty cool here that you always have a quick access to the search widget up there at the top. It doesn't really matter what page I'm on, and that's the cool thing with, of course, Android, that you can have these cool widgets. You can download a ton of widgets. It makes your phone go a little bit more alive. You can see these bubbles over here. I can also fire on some bubbles here that we do get in the beta 3 and beta 2. On the iPhone here, you do get 2, which is also, they call it dynamic, but they also use bubbles. I'm not sure why everyone is using like bubbles. What is the thing with these like bubbles? It feels like they're kind of, someone is copying each other here. But very, very similar here. It's just like different colors, but overall they are pretty much the same over that, and that's pretty fun. And as I said, if you want to have widgets here, you can just quickly add that. Where Apple still want to have those apps, you can't have any widgets. And if you would swipe down, which I haven't done right now, this is basically their area where they focus on the calendar, and then also there's stocks, if you're that much interested in that. And then also you have an all page here where you see all your notifications that you can clear off, and the missed stuff page. And it's very, very nice how they made here in iOS 7 that you have this kind of cool transparent effect here, which makes it look extremely nice. If you want to customize the iPhone even more, then let's hope that it will come out the jailbreak. It probably will come out some kind of jailbreak in the future for the iPhone 5, and you will definitely do enjoy that with iOS 7. And of course, jailbreak is like you're gonna make the device like an Android device that you can have more tweaks and edit more stuff. But usually your iPhone will get a little bit buggy if you are doing so. Of course, both phones come here packed with the big fat place to download a lot of apps. Of course, with Android, we just do have the normal Play Store here. And then, of course, on the iPhone, we do have the App Store. And in general, I would say that many apps still have a little bit of a high quality in iOS. From what I've seen, it seems like developers still are putting down some more time into iOS, because that's probably where they earn some more money. You can also see here that on both phones, I do have like a metal button or aluminum button, I'm not sure, metallic or something. It looks pretty boss. I do like it. I do enjoy it. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. If you want me to make like specific videos comparing the browser, comparing the camera, comparing more gaming, I've made that in earlier videos. But if you continuously want to see that in future videos, please let me know about that, and I will see what I can do. But that can definitely be fun. You can also check out the multitasking area here a little bit. So you double tap on the iPhone, and you have kind of the same system here where you swipe here in iOS 7. Here you go up and down, but overall it's pretty much the same. I'm pretty disappointed with the stock version of Android here that they don't have a quick way to close everything. That's something that you do get in Samsung's TouchWiz, Samsung's own UI that they put on most of their Galaxy 4 that they are selling. But if you buy the Google edition, of course, you won't have that. Here you also have the same kind of system. Swipe and swipe. And I think it's actually a little bit quicker here in Android to remove all of the apps. But in general, that multitasking system is about the same. Of course, if you want to use some voice assistants with Android here, of course, you would just use Google Now versus Apple's own Siri, which I probably can make a separate video about, because there's really interesting how many different things you can use it. Usually I just use it for alarm, to set alarms. So I just click on this little button, set alarm at 5 p.m.
Setting alarm.
And then I can quickly disable it. And same here goes with, of course, Apple and iOS 7. Set alarm at 8 p.m.
Okay, I set an alarm for 8 p.m.
And I can quickly disable it. But there's just so much more you can do with this voice assistant. People are controlling their whole house, like lamps and stuff with this, and it's pretty awesome actually. And I might be looking more into that in the future. But it's just a quick little overview, and also letting people know, people that perhaps doesn't know that there's a new beta out. But of course, betas are only for the hardcore geeks and like developers and such. And this new beta mostly contains bug fixes. Of course, Android 4.3 here is extremely stable here, also on the S4. It's really been optimized and such, and that's really awesome. So quickly a video here. Hopefully you enjoy. Leave your feedback down below, and I will see you all in the next one, hopefully. Yeah, peace.